Nice day. The weather is really nice today. It is Monday, late August. I think today's the 30th. 30th or 31st. Anyway, Labor Day weekend is coming up. Really quick, like this next weekend coming up. This weekend is Labor Day weekend, basically. So UPS is going to be off work on Monday. Not everybody, but a lot of people. If you want to work, I think, and you've been there over a year, you get time and a half for the 5 or 6 hours that you do put in. And if you have been there over a year, you will get paid the whatever your shift is, which is typically 5 hours. You'll get 5 hours of pay for Monday, Labor Day, for that weekend. So you're going to be paid while you're off if you've got a year on the job. If your shift is typically 6 hours, then you'll get paid for 6 hours. It's whatever you got hired at. If you're a driver, then you're an 8 hour worker, so you're going to get 8 hours. But most of the drivers are probably going to be working, or at least 1/3 of them will be. Some of the drivers, the more senior ones, will be off with pay. If you work it, I believe as a driver, I think you get time and a half, and for those 8 or 9 hours, they have an 8 hour day, but they typically will work more than that. You'll see the package drivers, they're usually on the road for 9 hours or 10 hours, depending on their route, sometimes 11, just depending. And then if it's peak, best believe it's going to be a lot more than just 8 hours, because peak is holiday season, it's going to be busy. So this video, what I want to do is talk about the UPS top 7 career benefits that I've seen in the 8 weeks. Well, this is my 8th week. So I've been there 7 weeks going on 8 weeks. So 2 months in. Like in about another 2 weeks from today, or from this week, after the end of this week, 2 more weeks after that, I will have passed the probationary period, which is 70 days in. And then you're in the union, and you get a union T-shirt from the Teamsters Union. And also after 2 months, which is at the end of this week, this Friday will be 2 months, you're paid up on your union initiation dues, which is $200. So they take $25 a week out of your check when you're new, which they've been doing for me every week, $25 for 8 weeks. So this week, week 8, will be the last time they take $25 a week out of my check. After that, it's $29 one time a month, which is a lot better than $25 a week. So that's how you pay up your initiation dues. Then you get all the stuff in the mail. They'll send you, all your union paperwork to sign or to look over. You'll get a copy of the MOU, which is the Memorandum of Understanding. It's an agreement between the union, which is the Teamsters Union, and UPS as the company or organization that hires you, to say, yeah, these are fair work practices. These we agree with. Yes, we have to all agree to abide by these rules, whether we're union or whether we're UPS company, executives. We agree that this is fair or safe or whatever. So that's what that MOU is, and you can read it, and it has all the rules pertaining to what they expect of you on your breaks, your benefits, medical, dental, vision, what's kosher, not kosher, what's cool, what's not cool, what they can say, what they can't say. So you can use that and hold the supervisors accountable to that memorandum of understanding. If they violate that and they violate your union rights as an employee of a union, you can bring that up in a grievance hearing. And if you have somebody representing you, which you should, it'll be you, your shop steward, or some other representative. Typically, a shop steward is like a witness. A shop steward is somebody who studies the memorandum of understanding and attends all the union hall meetings and is up on all the current stuff within the union, so that they can accurately kind of represent you in a dispute, a grievance hearing or whatever. And they can say, wait a minute, you can't do that to this employee because A, B, C, and D. Or they can say, hey, employee, this company, UPS, is asking you to do something that's actually in this book. You have to do it. It's part of your agreement in the union that's what the shop stewards are there for. They're there as a go-between, a liaison between the employee and the company. So they can say, we just want to make sure things are fair. That's really it. A union shop steward is there to make sure that the employees' rights are not violated, but he's also there to ensure that the rules are enforced in a fair way according to the MOU from the company, and that the employee is also doing what's required in there. So he's just he or she is just somebody who's like, hey, keep it fair. Do not overwork my employee, my coworker, whatever. Keep it fair according to this book that we all agree upon. That's what that is all about. If you have any questions, go to the website UPS or go to the Teamsters website. They have a website, and it'll talk more about in detail about what the MOU is between UPS and the Teamsters Union. Teamsters don't just represent UPS. I think they represent other companies as well. But it's one of the better. There's a lot of unions that Teamsters is one of the better ones. So, anyways, UPS top 7 career benefits that I thought of. I'm gonna write them down. Number 1, which is really big, your medical, dental, and vision. Okay, wrote it down. Top 7. My first one for me, medical, dental, and vision. I think that's huge. If you're a parent or if you're somebody who suffers from injuries or illnesses, you got a top level medical, a top level dental, and a top level vision plan with UPS with very little coming out of your pocket, very little, and no copay and all that kind of stuff, and PPO, and look that up, HMO, PPO. PPO, in my opinion, is better, but those are the different two different types of medical insurances that are typical, HMO or PPO. So UPS top 7 career benefits. Number 1 to me is medical, dental, and vision. Number 2 is, I think, annual pay raises with no cap. Number 2, annual pay raises with no cap. What does that mean? You're going to get $1 raise every year that you successfully complete there, that you work there, with no cap. So you're going to have guys, this give you an example. I'm a package handler. I work in the hub, unloading trucks, the trailers or whatever, and I work bulk. I'll do whatever they tell me to do, as long as it's within my job description of package handler, unloader. Those are the job descriptions. You're a package handler, and under that umbrella, you are an unloader. So as long as it's a package handler and an unloader, that's what I do. Now, if I want to go work in another section, there's plenty of sections to work in. I would have to apply for it. I think I need to be there 6 months, and then I can apply like driver or put in the thing for something else or whatever.
Mellow Folk on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. I didn't say anything. I don't know why she did that. So your raises, so whatever you get hired at, whether it's $15 an hour, 16, whatever, every year you're gonna get a raise. Me, package handler, they started us off at $14.50. It's pretty low. But every year I get $1 an hour. So there's people that have been there for like say 12 years. I've met a lot of guys there that have been there 14 years, 12 years. They got hired at 14 or 15 an hour back in the day, 12 an hour, 13 an hour, whatever they got hired at. Since they've been with UPS, each year they've gotten $1 per year. Boom, boom, boom. So whatever job they're working, which a lot of them aren't doing really physical jobs because they've been there longer, so they don't have to unload or load. They've been there 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years. They're doing other stuff that's not as physical. So they're like sitting on 26 an hour, 27 an hour, and they're still working part-time. Which is, you're going to work 5 hours a day, but if you want to stay and do a double, you can, and there's plenty of opportunities for that. So you can do 10 hours a day, or even 6 or 7 or 8 hours a day, meaning you sign up for a double, you just did 5 hours, you sign up to do another 5, but you only stay for 3 because you get tired. That's fine. Go home. You just did 8 at 27 an hour or 28 an hour, whatever it is, because you've been there for 10 years and you've gone up in pay. So that's another benefit, is that annual pay raises with no cap, meaning it's not like, okay, package handlers can only make 25 an hour. No, there's package handlers that make 28, 29, 30, 31 an hour, 32 an hour, and they're package handlers, but they've been there 17, 18 years. So they've earned that because they get a dollar raise every year. So that's a big benefit, I think, because if you spend the time there, you're going to surpass other jobs. Like if you go to another company, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, and they're paying you $18 an hour to start, and you're like, that's a good salary. It is a good starting salary. And then they give you a raise after 2 years, and you go to $19 an hour, and you're like, all right, I got a raise. And then another in a year and a half, 2 years after that, you get another raise, and you're at $21 an hour. You're probably going to stagnate at some point and say, this is the top of that position. We're not going to pay you more than $21 an hour. You started at 18, now you're at 21, but you're capped, ceiling cap. That's it, $21. We're going to stop you right there. We hired you at 18, you've been here 4 years, you're at 21. You're maxed out. UPS doesn't do that. They're like, oh, another year, another dollar. Oh, another year, another dollar. Oh, another year, another dollar. And you just keep going. 4 years, that's $4. 5 years, that's $5. 6 years, that's $6. So you'll defeat whatever inflation is going on in the country. You'll defeat it. You'll always get more raises than whatever the inflation rate is, because you're going to get a dollar, a dollar, a dollar, a dollar. So whatever the inflation is, whatever that is, you're going to get past it. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, that's my third thing, is annual pay raises. Okay, so my second thing. Number 3 is opportunities for other positions. 1, medical, dental, vision. 2, annual pay raises with no salary cap. 3, opportunities for other positions. What do I mean by that? You can become anything in the hub. There's 30 or 40 jobs within each particular hub. Sorting, supervisor, driver, shift driver, which is the guy that moves the trailers around outside. There are different kinds of human resources positions. There's recruiting. There's what else is there over there? There's like office jobs too, but there's within the hub, there's different kinds of, like, where you scan packages. There's inspector, you can inspect packages. There's loaders, there's unloaders like me, drivers, there's driver helpers. There's like about 30 positions or so, maybe more, within each hub. So opportunities for other positions is another career benefit of being there. You don't have to stay where you're at. If you're stagnant, if you don't like it, put in a request based upon seniority. If it's open, they'll get you in there, because as soon as there's an opening and you're the next senior person in line, you get it. And they have to do by the rules on that and say, hey, this person applied for the position and they have more seniority than other people, so by fairness, you'll get it. So the opportunities will pop up for you to move into a different position. You don't have to break your back all the time, do physical labor, sweat, although I do like that part of it because I'm losing weight. So number 1, medical, dental, vision. Number 2, annual pay raises with no salary cap. Very important. Opportunities for other positions is my third thing. And we're going to go to number 4 right now. So the number 4 reason why I think that UPS has great career benefits, these are the top 7 in my opinion, is $401k. Let's go ahead and put that like that. You can invest in yourself and your future by taking a portion of your check and putting it into the 401k system, which they match some of it dollar for dollar up to a certain point. So if you put in $100 a month, they will also match that and give you $100 a month, which is free money that they give you. $100 a month from you, $100 a month from them, that's $200 a month. $100 a month is only $25 a check. I'm already doing that from the union. So as soon as I pay off my union dues, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put in $25 per check into my 401k, which is $100 a month. UPS is going to give me $100 a month, so I'm putting $200 a month into my 401k, and I'm only going to feel $100 of that. But I'm already used to giving up $25 a check because they take it out of my union dues right now. And that next one is next week is the last union due thing that I have to worry about for the 25 a week. I'll sign up for 401k. So the 401k is stock market investment. It's your money. You're putting it aside for the future when you retire or quit. Say you leave, you quit in 2-3 years. If you want to get that money, you can get it. If not, you want to roll it over into another 401k. You get hired at another job, you can roll it over. You can do that. If you turn 65 and you've been putting in that $200 a month for 15, 20 years, 25 years, however old you are, and whenever you started, and you want to use that money as part of your retirement fund for you to travel and buy stuff or whatever and pay off your house or whatever you got, and you got Social Security and you got a pension, which is what I'm going to talk about next. There's your 401k. So that's number 4. Number 5, what I just said right now, is a pension. So you got 1, medical, dental, vision. 2, annual pay raises with no cap. Opportunities for other positions, number 3. Number 4, 401k. Number 5 is a pension, which is not offered that often by most companies in America anymore. Like in the old days, you can get a 20-year pension or a 30-year pension. You go there and you work until you're 65 and you leave and you get a paycheck for the rest of your life based upon working at that company, being fully vested, meaning you've invested, they've taken money out of your check to help build up your retirement portfolio at that company. And on top of that, you still get your Social Security and your 401k. See, that's different. So you get a pension, 401k, and Social Security. That's 3 forms of retirement. I'm trying to help you guys plan out your career at UPS. If you stick around and don't quit, these are some great benefits. That's number 5. Now we're going to do number 6. All right, number 6. This is for me. Driver with premium pay. One of the biggest things about UPS is everybody recognizes the brown package trucks, the big brown trucks with the guys driving around and the girls driving around wearing the brown uniform with the shorts and all that. I think that's one of the biggest benefits for me. I think out of the top 7 career benefits, being a driver is one of my personal favorites. Why I joined there really, uh, and for all these other reasons, is to become a driver, a package driver, because the starting pay for the package drivers is $27 an hour, which is really good starting pay. And you'll work 8 hours or more, 9, 10. They work a lot of hours. And the premium pay, which is the levels when you get to the highest part of the driver's pay as the brown package truck drivers, is $39 an hour. Then they have these other big rig, the 18-wheeler drivers, which I always forget what those are called. Those guys make like 42, 43 an hour. So if the package drivers are making 39 an hour and you want to be an 18-wheeler driver, if you have the seniority, you could transfer over there, and then you like can deliver out of state. Like it's weird how it works. Like you may drive to Texas, drop stuff off, and then come back, and then you're off for 4 days. And then you work for 3 or 4 days, and then you're off for 3 or 4 days. They give you a lot of breaks because you're on the road and you're going like out of state. So those big 18-wheeler trucks, again, I forget what that position's called, but you start off as a package truck driver, driving the brown package trucks, driving around doing a local route, and driving to businesses, picking up packages, dropping off packages, signing for packages, and whatever, right? That's a typical UPS driver. But then they have the 18-wheeler drivers, and they have people who just deal with air freight and all this kind of stuff. And then, like I said, the shifter drivers, which is the guys in the hub that are outside moving the trailers around from dock door to dock door. So those guys make pretty good money too. And you can do that after 6 months. And if you get that position, you're gonna work 6, 7, 8 hours a day, probably more. And I think they make about $25 an hour. And you are trained, and they have to train you. Everything is training there. Everything, you're certified, trained. Whatever you do, you're gonna be certified by UPS and trained on it, and blah blah blah. So you'll be squared away. So if you want to become an 18-wheeler driver, they're gonna send you to tractor trailer school to get your Class A license. You'll have all that. If you become a brown package driver, you get a Class B, which is a commercial driver's license. They send you to all that training. Okay, that's so driver premium pay. That's number 6. Last one, number 7, which is the last most coolest. Well, they're all cool. I mean, there's no bad thing I think there, in my opinion. Um, I really feel like it's just a good company, and that's what leads me into number 7. Is um, it's I don't know how to even write it other than saying stable economic job or career path. So the last thing is stable economic job or career, meaning UPS has been around for 107 years at this point, I believe. Oh, it's over 100 years. The company's over 100 years old. They started in 1907 in Seattle. Why does everything start in Seattle? I don't know. Two guys started the company on a bicycle doing local package deliveries to local mom and pop shops, and that's how they got started. That's the UPS, beginnings. So they have such a long standing career, and they take their stuff seriously. Like, good example, if somebody that's an employee of UPS steals from the company, if you're an employee, you take something, you steal a package or something, which is dumb, they will not only prosecute you or fire you, they will prosecute you. So they're not just gonna go, hey, you can't steal from us, and fire you. They're gonna take you to court and put a record on you saying you're a thief. Don't hire this guy. Why do they do that? It's because they take their stuff so seriously that they could tell their customers, hey man, we take your packages important to us as they are to you. We value your business. We don't want thievery, so we really, really refrain from hiring people that are going to do bad things. And if we find out they are doing bad things, we take care of them immediately, get rid of them, and we continue to do good business for you. And even have like an incentive there where if you see somebody stealing another employee and you snitch, that's what it is. You're snitching them out, and they look it up and find out and investigate, and they find out that what you're saying is true. They prosecute that person. They fire them, and they get them out of there. And they go, yeah, you know what, you're right. He was stealing, or she was stealing, or whatever. You get a reward for that. I forgot what it is. It's like $10,000 or something. It's a pretty good amount of money. So there's even incentives to create snitches within the hub. That's how serious UPS takes it. So what I'm saying by that is it's a good company. They're solid. They want to stay in business. They're going to do everything they can to stay in business and treat their customers as priority number one, safe working, and priority number one, get that customer what they expect, a good service. So number 7 would be just a solid, stable company that's been around, that's not really in danger of not being there in the next 2, 4 years, 6 years, 10. It looks like they're going to be around a long time. So when you look at it that way, those top 7 reasons why I think UPS is a good company are super valid in my opinion, but you make your own decision, which is number 1, medical, dental, and vision, which is, they have a great medical, dental, vision plan. Annual pay raises with no salary cap if you're a package handler. If you're a driver, the salary cap is $39 an hour, and if you're the 18-wheeler driver, their salary cap is $42 an hour or something like that. But you'd have to be there a long time to get past that anyways. Opportunities for other positions after 6 months. Like I said, if you've been there 6 months, you can apply for anything within the hub. And if there's nobody that's more senior to you that wants it, you'll get it. They go by fairness on that. 401k, you're putting money away in the stock market for your future. They match you dollar for dollar. So that's up to you how much money you want to put away a month. And they will match you. And then when you retire in 20 years, you got some extra money from 401k. The pension, which is also protected by your union, the Teamsters, they make sure that you guys get a union. And I think there's actually even another union within the union itself, like a Teamsters union, which you can pay into on your own separately than your pension from UPS. Look into that, because I just heard that a few times and I haven't seen much on it, but that's another benefit if it's true. So the pension, right? Driver premium pay, $39 an hour, or if you do the 18 wheelers, 42, 43 an hour. How can you like look at that and go, nah, that's good pay? You get paid every week. So if you're making $39 a week, you're working 8 or 9 hours a day. How much are you making every Friday? Because paid is every Friday. You get a direct deposit every Friday. That's great money. So driver premium pay is another good reason why the 7 top career benefits for me are these. Number 7, stable economic job or career. When you look at the stability of the world market, the U.S. market, and stuff that changes, this one's been around a long time. So you're taking a low risk that they're going to go away. You never know. There's no for sure 100%. This is definitely not going to go away. You don't know that for anything. But the odds are really good that this job will be around for a very much longer time period, 10, 20, 30 years. Who knows? I'm not going to be around in 35, 40 years anyways. So